New Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. I'm telling you, it's taken me 3 hours. 3 hours to get to record this video. Look, Sunday morning, I like to do a bit of maintenance and clean up my my computer and take off all the old files and all that. That only takes about half hour, 45 minutes. Okay, but I recommend it highly. It's something you should do. It keeps your machine working well. And then I rebooted. And I forgot I installed a bunch of new updates. So I've been waiting hours, literally hours, for those updates. And so fortunately, I've got like a gazillion comments I needed to reply to from my video I put out on Friday. Well, thank you very much for your interest. So here you go. So, use that time wisely. That's good news. You know who doesn't use time wisely? Journalists. Journalists. So something journalists like to do is, well, other than lie relentlessly, but I think that journalists like to do when it comes to Doctor Who is speculate who will be the next Doctor. They freaking love that, and I think a lot of the British public do quite enjoy that. And so, it's not even confirmed that Jodie Whittaker's leaving. I think she probably is. I think they wanted to keep it a surprise. But there's been a rife speculation about who will be the next Doctor. We have 4 candidates in front of us, which I'm going to go through now. I'm going to rate the likelihood of all of them. My belief is I think they'll be lucky to see a season 14 or Adventures of the 14th Doctor. I think they're going to be lucky to get there. But I've been wrong about stuff before. Just not often. Before we get there, before we get into it, can I ask you guys, can you hit the like button? That'll be freaking awesome. I do like you liking these, I can't like that. I can't lie. I'm a very, very vain, shallow person. I like being liked, and I like the things I do being liked. So yeah, if you can hit the like button, that's really nice. Can you hit the share button? That's fantastic. Can you comment? Comment makes YouTube go, hey, this guy is engaging with his audience. We better not, lock him in a corner somewhere, and in a cupboard under the stairs. So if you comment, that's great. I do, as you heard me earlier, I do try and reply to everyone who comments, because I do actually enjoy the comments as well. It's an amazing thing. I do actually enjoy the interaction with you guys. Mostly, can I ask you guys, can hit the subscribe button? That would be fantabby, double dozy. Thank you very much. I am pathetically and ridiculously grateful for everybody subscribing. If you subscribe as a wee little bonus, you get to enter my weekly competitions. The prize this week is a pretty good Judge Dredd graphic novel. Judge Dredd, The Complete Case Files, Volume 18. So this is basically all the Judge Dredd stories from the magazine and what was it? The magazine and 2000 AD. I'm guessing it can't be that late it's either the late 80s or early 90s. So this has got the seminal Machismo story, if that's how you pronounce it. I don't think this is how you pronounce it. All you need to do to win is subscribe to the channel. Subscribe it in the comments. Leave the hashtag Machismo or whatever the hell it is. Go check the video notes. Copy and paste it, put it in there. Prize draws on Tuesday when we're going to be announcing a bunch of new prizes. There's going to be a ton of prizes given away on hopefully Saturday the 13th of February when I'm launching my Indiegogo. I got this sign up list going for here. It's in the first line of the video notes, so you can add your email address. I hope to get the first updates out this week, the emails out this week. But there's going to be a ton of prizes, and you're going to want to know the inside track. It's for these 2 graphic novels, which I have to tell you, pretty darn good graphic novels. These 2 graphic novels, as again, a wee incentive. If you add your email list, you get one of these for a somewhat smutty art cards, one of those for free, or you get a free 5th one, a chaser one, if you get the package which has all 4 of them. Fine, let's talk about Rumour Control, because that's where we are. Rumour Control. By the way, if you don't know where that comes from, it's the much maligned Alien 3, which I quite like, especially the special edition director's cut that's on the Blu-ray and DVD. It's actually good. Paul McGann, Doctor Who. Paul McGann actually has a real character story in there, which is far more interesting than they basically cut him out of the movie. Anyway, but yeah, they had Brian Glover in there going, "This is Rumour Control," when he's trying to say there's no aliens, and then a giant alien comes out from the side from the ceiling and grabs it and sucks him up. Right. It's kind of how I feel when I watch CNN or the White House press secretary say there's nothing to see here. GameStop don't know about it. It's kind of feel the same way. Anyway, rumor control. So the first rumor up here we're going to be talking about is this gentleman by the name of Olly Alexander. Now, Olly Alexander, I don't know him. I've seen him a lot because he's starring in It's a Sin, which I still haven't seen. Listen, I got to finish Cobra Kai. I'm about halfway through season 2. What else is going on? I got to rewatch the Orville. And there's something else on my the It Crowd. I got to see like a good few episodes of the It Crowd because everybody's saying the other guy from that is is a great choice for the Doctor. Nah, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I doubt the Doctor will be anybody male. Most likely candidate for a male guy would be a very gay male guy. Olly Alexander seems like a very gay male. And again, I'm not casting aspersions. He just seems like very gay. Yeah, you have gay people and you have very gay people. You have fat people and you have very fat people. You have Jewy people. You have very Jewy. You know, I'm not very gay, but I am very fat. I am very Jewy. You know, just leading into who you are isn't a bad thing. So I have to tell you, just looking at the picture here, the woman with the Lydia Sangarada, I think, which she was in Years and Years, she's far more likely to be cast as the Doctor as Olly Alexander, even though, as I said, being gay does put you higher on the progressive. Doctor Who's John Barrowman, we all love John Barrowman, says It's a Sin star Olly Alexander will be wonderful successor to Jodie Whittaker. So yeah, again, this weird thing that happens in let's call it the SJW world, right? Which sadly, I love John Barrowman, I love Russell T Davies. They're in the entertainment industry. They're in the SJW world. So they got this new segregationist thing going on there where, the gays have to look after the gays. The blacks have to look after the blacks. Yeah, it's none of this, like, mixing and getting on with each other anymore. No, we're all just aligned with each other. So John Barrowman, you may have heard a homosexual gentleman is recommending another homosexual gentleman for Doctor Who. What a shock! The Years and Years singer currently stars in Russell T Davies' hard-hitting drama. He was in Years and Years? I don't remember him being in Years and Years. I remember the other one being in Years and Years. And is Olly Alexander the woman? Really? I thought Olly Alexander was the guy. Okay, you're watching Confusion live on screen. Let's see what happens. Doctor Who star John Barrowman has chimed in on who could replace Jodie Whittaker when she departs the long-running sci-fi drama, which they haven't confirmed she's going yet. But, I think it's an expression of how happy people are to see her go. Right, bye! I might be going. Bye! Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Can I help you back? Goodbye! Really? The whole country just suddenly goes again. Bye! Don't want to see you again. He went to Bart, said, It's a Sin star, Olly Alexander would be a wonderful dress. Okay, so listen, I got to look up Olly Alexander right now to make sure I'm talking about the guy. Olly Alexander, we'll do a Google search on him, and we'll get a picture. Let's have a look. Yeah, okay, him, the bloke, right? And look at it. No offense, mate. You look very gay. I'm sure you are very gay, right? I had somebody on my channel. What was it? About a month or two ago, really liked him. I should get in contact with him. Who was very upset that I didn't like Captain Kirk being portrayed as bisexual, right? He came on the channel to discuss. It was a really lovely discussion. It's great when people who disagree can discuss things that we have. I have to tell you, I got another comment the other day where it says, it's so nice that you're a rabbi and I'm this and I'm so different and we both connect over Doctor Who. That's what it used to be like. That's what it used to be like 5 years ago. We all left our differences at the door, and then we just argued about Doctor Who tooth and nail, right? And then we had a drink at the bar together, right? It was freaking wonderful. I really miss those days, right? I do really miss those days. Fine. So Alexander is the gay bloke, okay? He's not the woman. But wait, why did they say... I don't remember him being in Years and Years at all, okay? He may have been. I do not remember, which is unusual. Because Russell T Davies characters I remember, because they're really good, interesting characters. I can't think of Russell T Davies' character who I would call disposable in anything I've ever seen him write, right? They're all really believable and relatable. The least believable and relatable character he wrote was the Doctor, but I think David Tennant's performance kind of like filled it in, right? But yeah, listen, it's like, okay, it's like, okay, if they say it was in years and years, I'm not going to argue. I am arguing. Maybe they're wrong. Barrowman returned Doctor Who during the 12th revived season, as well as for the most recent festive special, reprising role Captain Jack Harkness, and he was a delight, right? He's always a delight, right? Who also focuses on the classic spin-off Torchwood. I mean, listen, I think firstly, John Barrowman doesn't like turning down work. You know, that there is that, and I think he has a real affection for Doctor Who. He's happy to help Doctor Who. I don't think I think he's a bit of a normie. He doesn't realize how bad it is. He's been very supportive. He was great in the watch-alongs, right? He was just absolutely fantastic. It was great. But I think doing. I mean, he was friendly with Chris Chibnall from Torchwood. I get the feeling appearing in Doctor Who and actually really raising its ratings a lot. I think they added. My guess is they added 2 to 3 million because of him, right? And also, it was a pretty entertaining episode. I mean, the Daleks look Dalek-y. Well, the real Daleks, not the dildo Daleks. Can we make that trend? Can we have that's what they call from now on, the dildo Daleks? Because they looked a bit dildo-ish to me, right? Did they look dildo-ish to you? They look kind of dildo-ish to me. Fine, the dildo Daleks. No, the real Daleks. I like the interior of the Dalek spaceship as well. But so they really. I think he's angling for another crack at Torchwood. Yeah, he loves Torchwood. Good for him. Since the start of the year, rumors have been circulating that the 13th Doctor, played by Jodie Whittaker, could regenerate. Well, okay, that's not rumors saying they could regenerate. Listen, I could regenerate. Yeah, it's unlikely. It's very unlikely. Wouldn't that be weird? I'm just talking, and all of a sudden I go, and suddenly I'm like, an Irish Catholic. Wouldn't it be weird if I regenerated the Jodie Whittaker, right? And she had no idea how to be me. Fine. Could regenerate and usher in a new era of the popular show. Okay. I think formerly popular show. I think popular. How do you define popular? Look, you just had a massive sales initiative where you removed Jodie Whittaker from any mention of being in it whatsoever, right? I'm not being fooled again by that, but that was awful. Also, died a death with Star Wars. I mean, it's dying a death with Star Wars. The Time Lord Victorious and was it the Extremely High Frontier? Is that what they call it? Just the multi platform story, it doesn't work. At least not. It could work, but not the way they're doing it. Well, the BBC have not commented on reports. That hasn't stopped fans. It's not the fans, it's the press from suggesting which actors they would like in the iconic role list. And the one I always preferred was Michael Sheen. Zero chance. In my estimation, zero possibility of it being Michael Sheen, because the people making Doctor Who are a little bit bigoted, right? People running BBC are a little bit bigoted, and they don't like the white people. They do not like the white. I mean, they like the white people if they're sorry that they're white. But this is just an aside. If you're out there, right, and you feel, and you're a white person and you feel bad about anything that white people 100 years ago or 50 years ago that you have no connection to whatsoever did towards black people or brown people, whatever, right? If you feel bad about that, it's as absurd as a black person feeling bad about the blood diamonds in Africa, right? If it's got no connection to you whatsoever, don't feel bad about it. Okay, that's just my rabbinical advice to you. The people that don't come out of the roles. One of the names that cropped up is Alexander, who recently worked with former Doctor Who showrunner Davis on It's a Sin, which explored the harrowing AIDS crisis of the 1980s. I really got to see that. Listen, Rusty Davis, I was around in the 80s, wasn't really affected by the AIDS crisis. In the 80s, I was, let me think, I was 9 to 19. Okay, so if I was gay, I would have been affected. But the late 90s by then, I probably would. It died down, I think, by then, didn't it? Yeah. But I really wasn't affected by the AIDS crisis at all. Other than there were these diet biscuits and milkshakes called AIDS that I think my mother was taking at the time, and then they stopped being made, right? They didn't change the name. They like said, yeah, forget it. There's no way we can come back from this. Speaking on ITV daytime show with Lorraine Barrowman said, Olly would be amazing. I think he'll be a wonderful doctor. I don't think so. I just think he's a gay guy. And you want it, and you like gay guys because you're a gay guy, right? I mean, could it be that? Could it be that simple? I kind of think it is. The casting would be another major milestone if the series were to go ahead, making Alexander the first openly gay actor to play the Doctor. Okay, the Doctor is somebody who, for most of the 60-odd years that it's been around, 57, 58 years been around, is been asexual, right? Like who cares? I mean, was Patrick Troughton gay? I don't know. Might have been. Was John Pertwee gay? I don't know. May have been. I don't think any of them were. Who? Listen. If anyone were gay, who cares? I mean, okay. It's not like it's 1972, right? It's 2021. I don't think people really care about the sexuality. There was also expressed the idea telling SFX earlier this week that Alexander was a marvelous choice to star on future season. What? I got SFX. I don't remember the big interview with Russell. Okay, I'll look into it. Doctor is currently forming the 13th Revive series. Why they keep calling it the Revive series? Because it's nearly dead. Is that it? So one person who's definitely not in the running, Billie Piper. Billie Piper says she wouldn't go back to Doctor Who. The actress who has starred as a Doctor's companion. Rose Tyler has also revealed her children won't watch the show despite her best ever. Nobody watches the show right now because it's awful. That is funny. Okay, let's just whiz through this. Rose Tyler wouldn't go back. Fine. Responding to the suggestion in interviews with her, she could star a new series of Doctor Who, and Jodie Whittaker says, "I wouldn't go back. It's a great role, but you're away from your kids for so long." That's pretty good point there, Billy. I can't disagree with you. My experience is that you're in Wales for 9 months solid as a job dominator. Okay, yeah, I can say. But I want to hear more about her kids not watching the show. That's freaking hilarious. They don't like seeing me in Doctor Who. I have put on until they won't watch her Doctor Who. I bet you know what, because it's sapped all interest, right? It's completely sapped all interest. So where is this thing over here? I think the most likely person, if Doctor Who does continue, is, what's her name? Where is it? I got the some more tweets over here about this. Where is it? Actually, I had all this thing open up. I think it's probably going to be was it Parminder Nagra? Parminder Nagra, who is she was in the Blacklist, and she was in she was in a bunch of stuff. She was in the Blacklist. She's in ER. So yeah, I can see if Doctor Who continues, Parminder Nagra to be the most likely candidate. Firstly, Tanai Miller, who played the woman Time Lord, who the old general Time Lord. He regenerated and said, "Oh, thank God I'm not an icky boy anymore. Don't want to be an icky boy. Meh." Or something along those lines. I think she might have performed it better than me, right? But it was in that ballpark, right? So she tweeted out, like, in December, this was reported on the TARDIS Zone. Go and sub to that channel. Freaking awesome channel. He's offline for another few days, but still sub to a minute. I'd love to see his channel grow. And also, he's got a backup channel, the Irish Geek. You should sub to that. I got to start a backup channel. I'm too freaking busy, but I really got to start a backup. So she tweeted out, it's gonna be Parminder Nagra, what a Panda Bear, whatever her freaking name is. She's gonna be Doctor Who, and she's gonna be fantastic. And I just thought she was gonna be a Dr. Ruth Doctor. But I think she's the most likely candidate. Why? Because I think it's pleasing HBO is a very, 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 very important part of this equation, right? She's a recognizable star in America. She is not white. She's not mad, right? So I think all this stuff really, really works strongly in her favor. And she was tweeting the other day. Somebody asked her about it. Said, "Oh, I know who it's going to be, and it's going to be great." So she deleted that tweet that she put out. But she keeps saying, "I know who it's going to be. Yeah, I know." And like, okay, but so I do think that's a very, very strong strong candidate. Again, I think it will be very pleasing to HBO Max. I'm not sure so much about the Chinese media company, because the Chinese, generally speaking, are kind of like super racist, right? They're like insanely racist, and they don't really like, the non-white people so much. But who knows? Who knows? Or dares to dream. So yeah, Michael Sheen, not a chance in hell. Okay, probably going to be her, but I think that's only if HBO Max continues its. I think it has an option for season 14 and 15. If it doesn't do that, then I just don't see it being in any way viable. And quite frankly, I think it's very, very possible within the next few months, there's going to be a complete collapse of the U.S. economy, which will sink HBO Max. It'll probably sink most of the world, but I think there's going to be a complete collapse of it. The whole GameStop thing, if you're not on board, if you're not aware of that, you should really go check it out. I put a video about last week. So you really, really need to be aware of that whole GameStop thing. I think it's going to be very important. I think there's $2 trillion needing to be raised for the Green New Deal, and another $2 trillion for COVID. Plus, you got a bunch of people who are losing their businesses, and 70,000 people just put out. So I see the American economy very likely completely crashing, far worse than in the 1920s, 1930s, far worse. I don't see HBO Max being in a position, even being around. I want it to stay around long enough that I see the Snyder Cut. Okay, it's coming out in March. So I reckon we're good till then. Fine. But let's say HBO Max does go down. I don't see the BBC being too far behind it, right? We've not a question of Doctor Who being axed. I think the BBC might be axed. Why do I think the BBC might be axed? Well, let's look at these smatterings of articles. So this comes from Daily Express. Daily Express, your website is garbage, absolute garbage. What I normally do is when I read these articles, I open up a browser and I shrink the browser down to be like narrow width. So I put it on the side of the screen and read. When you do that with Daily Express, all these ads come up. You actually can't read the articles, so I have to screen grab all these things. BBC license fee doomed as broadcasters hit with gloomy forecasts on the future. May I just say, yay! Okay, the BBC license fee is on the way out, according to Talk Radio's Kevin O'Sullivan, with commentator making a grim prediction for the corporation's future. Okay, the radio host let rip at the BBC and declared the license fee is doomed after, I think he's right, after the fate of the corporation was discussed on Talk Radio's Plank of the Week. Okay, who was the Plank of the Week, I wonder? Mr. O'Sullivan was joined by fellow radio presenter Mike Graham, the pale ambassador, the broadcaster, for not surviving on its own wits. That's why, that's the real push for diversity, right? It's a real push for diversity, because if you're being diverse and that's your goal, you don't need to be any good, right? So there's that going on, and also there's this real smug feel-good thing about lecturing people and talking down to people, which the BBC loves to do. The BBC loves to feel like they're smarter than you, right? They do love to feel like they're cleverer than you. The pair also does how the corporation is able to rake in billions of pounds every year from the license fee and is still making a loss. Well, one of the reasons they're making a loss could be something to do with this. Where is this headline? This is one of the greatest headlines I've ever seen. There's this over here. BBC Fast, backlash erupts over 1 hour staff workshop on how to drink water. How much did this cost? Right? How much did this cost? And you got all this really dodgy targeting of the the over 75s when they're making them pay their license fee. At least they're not giving them a immediate exemption. And I think there's been about 1 million OAPs, old age pensioners. I'm saying that for anybody who's not English. Do they still call them OAPs? I don't know. That's what they did in the 80s. Who just not paying it, just says, screw you, I'm not paying it, leave me alone. And I think they'll probably be absolutely fine. But they've lost. It'll sound like it was a crazy number. They're losing crazy money, and they're just pouring it into utter garbage, like workshops on how to drink water, or to disingenuously harass old people into paying the bill that they don't owe. Miss O'Sutherland said the delusion that they're going to carry on giving the BBC 157.50 a year. We are not that license fee. We are not that license fee. Okay, you need a comma. A comma. How freaking hard is a comma? You're a national freaking newspaper. Put a freaking comment. We are not. Comma. That license fee is doomed. It is either going to get massively reduced or hopefully abolished. Yeah, because again, you can't stand against this section of the that largest section of the population. Once you have like 20-30% of the population are telling you one thing, it's going to happen, right? It's going to happen. You can say, oh, that's a terrible thing to do with the BBC. I'll just say, BBC, great. You've done some great things, but you deserve to, it's like if I may quote The Last Jedi, it's time for the BBC to die. The organisation gets billions upon billions of pounds on the licence fee, and they still make a loss because they are run by morons. Morons who like to feel good about themselves and lecture you. They can't make it work, right? Because they put out things that nobody wants to see. Nobody's interested in any shows because they are boring. They're boring because they are mainly a platform for your insane worldview. Listen, generally speaking, it's not a terrible thing if you say somebody with a penis is a boy, right? Generally speaking, but it just, absurdity is normal in 2021. The pair also done by Dawn Neeson, who blame the BBC financial issues on large salaries that people are charging, large salaries for people in charge of diversity. Yes, I think there's an element of that there. She said they pay people in charge of diversity £1/3 of £1 million a year. Exactly, and you don't. Here's the truth. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when Ross D. Davis started making Doctor Who, it was a completely diverse show, wasn't it? Why? Because England's a diverse country. We are a happily diverse country. When I say we, listen, I'm living in England for donkey's years. How many years? Since 1990, like 30 years since I lived in England, right? You can take the boy out of England, you can't take England out of the boy, let me tell you. We are a diverse people. We're people who have no problems with other nationalities. We're not a xenophobic people. But we're also people who have no shame in being who they are, right? Again, I'm going to repeat this again. If you feel bad about something that's completely unconnected to you, like something that a disadvantage that somebody had in their life because they're black 50 years ago, right? If you feel bad about that and you're white, you're insane. You're as insane as if you get mad at black people for whatever, stealing the racially profiling and stealing farms in South Africa. But could you imagine that, right? You walk in, you see a black guy on the street, say, "Oi, you! Stop the blood diamonds!" Ah! You'd be out your bloody mind, wouldn't you? It comes after Baroness Hoey accused the broadcaster of putting forward views that were critical of leaving and always putting negatives before the positives. The former Labour MP claimed that the post-Brexit success of Nissan was one of the first positive stories the corporation has covered in the UK since the UK cut ties with the European Union earlier this month. Listen, they weren't on board for Brexit, right? They're not on board for it. And I understand there's been some advantages about something about the COVID vaccine. I don't know. I just saw the headline. But again, when I went to the Daily Express to search for this article, I got hit with a lot of articles that were not overly complimentary to the BBC. And the Brexit question, whether the new director Tim Davie, who spoke out on the issue of impartiality when he took over, could turn things around. No, I don't think you can. I don't think you can. Vinay Patel, personally, I saw him personally attack somebody on Twitter because he didn't epithet at this guy John the White, because he happened to point out how badly Doctor Who was doing and how badly his episodes had gone down. And this is just not the kind of behavior that is what Tim Davie told people to do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He has no teeth. Honestly, if he wanted to be taken seriously, he needs to start. He needs to fire Gary Lineker, for example. He needs to make a big, I think they just need to fire a bunch of people and actually get people who love broadcasting to start making TV shows, rather than people who want to be influenced. You know what? You want to find talent? Look on freaking YouTube, which is where most of the viewing public goes. You know where most of your audience go. We go, well, it's a much more competitive, competitive. What do you call it? Landscape, a much more competitive TV landscape. Now you've got Netflix. No, people are coming to people like me. People are coming to people like me because we are not full of bullcrap. Basically, we say what we believe, and we're not. There's no company policy that we're following, and we're happy to call out nonsense, which mostly comes from you. BBC, not you watching, obviously. And broadcast and the legacy media. If you want commentators that won't charge you $15 billion a week, go and look on YouTube. I'm also available for weddings and bar mitzvahs. So there you go. My name is Sheila Beck, and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.